Welcome to Echoes of History, where we explore the Iron Age, a period that transformed human history. This is the age of empires, warfare, trade, and technological innovation. The Iron Age began around 1200 BCE in the eastern Mediterranean and spread across the globe, lasting in some regions until the early centuries CE. The defining feature of this era was the widespread use of iron, a stronger and more abundant material than bronze. This technological shift revolutionized everything from tools to weapons and even agriculture. But iron wasn't just a technological breakthrough. It catalyzed changes in society, economics, and military power. With iron, societies could build better plows, creating more food, supporting larger populations, and forming stronger, more complex governments. The Iron Age didn't begin in a vacuum. It arose in the wake of the Bronze Age collapse, around 1200 BCE, a period when many of the great Bronze Age civilizations fell due to a combination of invasions, natural disasters, and internal struggles. The arrival of the Sea Peoples marked one of the most significant events in this collapse. These mysterious invaders swept across the Mediterranean, devastating cities and empires like the Hittites and severely weakening Egypt. However, from this destruction arose the Iron Age, with new powers like the Phoenicians, Israelites, and Neo-Assyrians coming to the fore. The Neo-Assyrian Empire, from 911 to 609 BCE, became the first true Iron Age superpower, using iron weapons, advanced military tactics, and brutal warfare to dominate the Near East. With iron, their chariots, swords, and spears outclassed their Bronze Age predecessors. The Assyrians pioneered new forms of military organization. Their professional standing army was one of the first of its kind, and their innovative use of siege technology, such as battering rams and siege towers, allowed them to conquer heavily fortified cities. Beyond warfare, the Assyrians built a vast network of roads and communication systems, connecting their empire and facilitating the flow of trade, goods, and ideas. While the Assyrians focused on conquest, the Phoenicians excelled at trade and exploration. With their advanced iron tools, they built ships that traversed the Mediterranean, establishing colonies as far away as Carthage in North Africa and trading with distant regions like Britain. Their greatest contribution, however, may have been the alphabet. The Phoenician alphabet, one of the first phonetic writing systems, became the basis for Greek, Latin, and many modern languages. Though severely weakened by the Bronze Age collapse, under the rule of the New Kingdom, from 1550 to 1070 BCE, followed by the Third Intermediate Period. Egypt's reliance on bronze left them vulnerable to invaders equipped with iron weapons, including the Nubians and Libyans. The Nubians would eventually conquer Egypt and establish the 25th dynasty. Egypt as pharaohs and revived many of the traditions of the Old Kingdom. Outside invaders, particularly the Assyrians. After the collapse of the Mycenaean civilization, Greece entered a period known as the Greek Dark Ages, around 1100 to 800 BCE. This was a time of depopulation, lost literacy, and general stagnation. However, as the Greeks began using iron tools and weapons, they slowly rebuilt their society, giving rise to the Classical Age. By the 8th century BCE, the Greeks had developed the city-state or polis, such as Athens, Sparta, and Corinth. These city-states flourished due to innovations in agriculture, trade, and warfare made possible by iron tools. The Greeks also began establishing colonies across the Mediterranean, from Sicily to Asia Minor. The Homeric epics, which became the foundation of Greek literature and identity, were written during this time, marking the birth of Western civilization as we know it. In India, the Iron Age began around 1200 BCE during the Vedic period, a time of profound cultural and religious change. The Aryans, who migrated into India, brought with them iron technology, which transformed agriculture and warfare. The use of iron ploughs and tools increased agricultural productivity, leading to the rise of large kingdoms like Magadha. This period also saw the development of Sanskrit literature, the Vedas, and the foundations of Hinduism. In China, the Iron Age coincided with the later period of the Zhou dynasty from 1046 to 256 BCE. While bronze continued to be used for ritual purposes, iron tools and weapons began to appear around 600 BCE, fueling the intense military competition of the Warring States period. The Qin dynasty, which eventually unified China, made extensive use of iron technology in its military campaigns, allowing it to conquer rival states and establish the first centralized Chinese empire. By the end of the Iron Age, new empires had risen across the world: Rome, Maurya India, Han China, and Persia. These empires would dominate the classical world, relying on iron technology for their military power, economic growth, and cultural achievements. However, the Iron Age laid the foundations for more than just war. It was a time of cultural transformation, the birth of new religions, and the spread of ideas across vast territories. This era set the stage for the next great epoch in human history, the Classical Age. The Iron Age was a time of great change, war, and innovation. It shaped the course of history, leading to the rise of some of the greatest empires the world has ever seen. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the Iron Age. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Echoes of History for more videos on the ancient world.